ashes in the fall, like ashes in the fall, like ashes in the fall, like.
I don't know what their excuse is, honestly.
They'll just make it up. But, you know, and I hate to be unkind, but honestly, after all the evidence that Globebusters and Darren and you and Eero have all presented, and all the other Flat Earth channels, everybody have presented about NASA fraudery and the impossibility of this, if you are still a believer in the ball Earth and a believer in the space missions, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. I just, you know, there's just no other way to say it. You know, I don't want to be unkind, but wow. Especially when you hear them admit this stuff.
The average atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1013.25 mbar. The pressure in interstellar space is approximately 0.00000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000 mbar. Space is 0.000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000 mbar. The difference in pressure is 76 quintillion, 184 quadrillion, 210 trillion, 526 billion, 315,789,474 times. You know exactly what that means.
One thing I want to point out here, guys, to accentuate the power of the vacuum just a little bit more, and I wanted to put this, and this is directly from NASA's Sandusky, Ohio website on their vacuum enclosure that they created allegedly for NASA to test in high vacuum conditions. And I want to read this because it really drives the point home from any of you that have been listening to Wolfie 6020 and his utter BS rhetoric that you know, oh yeah, I can dimmer the pressure of my tire, no problem, or anything like that. But if that was true, then, you know, we're taking Sandusky, Ohio is probably around 13, 14 psi. I'm sure it's a little above sea level. But let's just read what it says here. It says the concrete chamber enclosure serves not only as a radiological shield, but also as a primary vacuum barrier from atmospheric pressure 130 feet or 40 meters in diameter and 150 feet, 46 meters in height. The chamber was designed to withstand atmospheric pressure outside of the chamber at the same time vacuum conditions are occurring within. The concrete thickness varies from 6 to 8 feet. Again, the concrete thickness varies from 6 to 8 feet and contains a leak-tight steel containment barrier embedded within. The chamber doors are 50 by 50 feet and have inflatable seals. The space between the concrete enclosure and the aluminum test chamber is pumped down to a pressure of 20 torrs or 2.7 kilopascals during a test. Now, again, when you look at that, those numbers, the Sandusky facility can generate down to 2 times 10 to the negative 6 torr, right? And we're not even remotely close to deep space, right? So, again, if you think that that vacuum is not powerful, why in the world would they need steel and 8-foot thick concrete walls? And at another point in there, they also say because it literally will draw the atmosphere through the steel and the concrete walls if it isn't there. So just, you know, think about that for a while, and the next time somebody tells you that, you know, there's not much difference between 1 psi and 0 psi, it's all in the scaling, guys, and there is a huge difference, and this is exactly, you know, how they're trying to hide the fact that there is no way you can have 14.7 psi next to a 10 to the negative 17th torr.
The skin on the crew cabin was very thin. That was all done because of weight savings. Weight was a very critical item that always had to be considered in anything that you did. really took your finger and poked hard at it, you could poke right through the outer skin of the spacecraft. It was about thickness of 2 layers of aluminum foil.
The skin, the aluminum alloy skin of the crew compartment was about 12 thousandths of an inch thick. That's equivalent to about 3 layers of Reynolds wrap that you would use in the kitchen.
Or NASA.